Welcome back to Nocturne, and yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. This is not a video essay. Can't be. I don't know, dude. It was just too much. It was getting a little bit too. I was getting too complacent. I needed something different. So I was like, Iceberg tier, Iceberg tier, Iceberg tier. But of what? Of Chino guest vocals. Of course. That's the only thing that makes sense. So basically, what we're gonna do, we're gonna look at 4 layers, and it increases in obscurity as we go. You know how this works. Why am I telling you? You know how this works. So layer 1, everybody knows this track. It's a beloved track. Yeah. Layer 2, it's like a, oh, now that you mention it, yes, of course, that was Chino, wasn't it? Ah, yes. But also, I think fans of this band definitely know Chino's on it, so that's another thing that adds to the layer 2 thing. Layer 3 is more like a, okay, like, okay, I didn't know that. Thanks for sharing that. Could have gone my whole life. Probably didn't need to know that. For the most part, some of these songs, I mean, some of them, you're gonna see. Some of these songs between 2 and 3, I'm like, they could have gone either way. It's kind of hard to say. Some will probably say, no, that should have been a layer 1 song. I don't care. I just tried to do what I thought made sense, because layer 1 is really obvious stuff. If it's in 2 or 3, I don't think it's that obvious. And then layer 4 is, I don't know what that shit was. You don't know what that shit was. I only found out about it like a few years ago. But for one of these tracks, you realize I learned about it this very friggin' week. Korn, Wicked. So this was on Life is Peachy. NWA, Death Row, they were pretty famous. So Chino was hanging out with Korn, got drunk, and then recorded this. I don't remember where I heard that he got drunk, but I'm pretty sure that's the story. And that's why he sounds so different. I mean, to me, he sounds different anyway. But everybody knows that it's him. It's on the track, And everybody knows how close Korn and Deftones were, /are/were. They even had a song named Chi on the album. And Chi being the former bassist of Deftones. Soulfly, First Commandment. Great fucking song. It had to be done. Fun fact, thou shalt not kill is not the first commandment. It's the 5th. But you can understand why Max and Chino bumped it to the first. People allegedly joining gangs and ruining the lives of people's stepsons. Allegedly. If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, just click here. Seven Dust, Bender. I feel like not enough people know about this song, which is why I was tempted to put it in the second tier. But Seven Dust is popular. This song is well known. Another fun fact, Chino is credited as Pony One on this track. That's fun. Soulfly, Pain. Grady from Will Haven is also on this track. It's another track about Max's stepson, Dano, being murdered. It's no wonder Chino would feature on yet another track with Max singing and screaming about Dano. They were all very close. A huge indicator that that's what this song is about is in the lyric, Friday I was freaking out, and Dana died August 16, 1996, which was a Friday. Lamb of God, Embers. Decent track, not one I revisit often, but Lamb of God is huge. Blythe and Moreno, they feel like a mismatch on this track to me. Cypress Hill, Rock Superstar. Okay, so you guys know about the Mandela effect, right? So I'm having major Mandela effect when it comes to this song. I swore to God there was only Rap Superstar. But then I wasn't really sure if what I knew was Rock Superstar or Rap Superstar. Anyway you take it, I only thought there was one version of this song. Anyway, Chino says the opening lines in the song, but I don't know if I heard him say those words and I just didn't know it was Chino at the time. But then again, on the rap version, you have Eminem, and I don't remember hearing Eminem. So I don't know. It's just weird. Everybody knows this song. This should be a tier 1 song. This should be on the Iceberg. But I'm like, how many people know that was Chino? I don't think anybody knows. Or not, okay, not anybody, but fuck you. I didn't know, right? I didn't fucking know. It was weird. Dance Gavin Dance, Caviar. Yo, this song got me through some tough times, man. I have nothing but good things to say about this song. I'd love to talk more about it, but I don't even know what the fuck to say. DC's Dark Knight, Brief Exchange. So this is a pretty recent entry into Chino's features catalog, but it's a pretty popular song by now, and he sings his ass off on it. Far, savory. Okay, so if you've listened to Deftones' B-Sides and Rarities album, you'll find this gem there. I believe it's also on the Covers album, which I believe was only a record, like on vinyl. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Most big fans definitely know this song, but I've included it here because it's not a Deftones song. I thought it was a Deftones song. It's not a Deftones song. It's a Far song featuring Chino, and it was on their 97 EP. Trippie Redd, Geronimo. So this was largely an unpleasant listening experience. Trippie Redd is a newer artist, so it's always cool to see them give love to the forefathers, you know, because they're pretty inspirational, you know what I'm saying? And Chino's no different, but I expected to at least somewhat like this track, but I kinda don't. Mike Shinoda, Razors Out. It's fine. I don't really know what to say. I mean, Chino does well. I'm sorry, I just have a bias to anything that Mike does outside of LP from 1999 to 2003. It's my fault. I'm sorry, I can't be objective here. Anthony Green, Right Outside. Okay, so would you believe me if I told you that I listened to Anthony Green prior to listening to anything from Shaoshin? Would you beat me in the street for that? I'd beat me in the street for that. Mike Shinoda, Lift Off. Fuck it, I like this song. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like Shinoda on this track still, because I don't know what when he does that clever wordplay thing, that I got you, clever, like, it bugs me, man. It's like he's trying to impress me. When he raps more directly, it feels more sincere. That's how he used to rap on the LP releases. I very much appreciated those. This and goddamn Fort Minor. You know, I can't even talk about that. Let's move on. Bass Nectar, Hexes. It's fine. Norma Jean, Surrender Your Sons. Chino's on the title track of this album. He's also on the tracks Robots 3, Humans 0, and Murphy Was an Optimist. To save myself and you the trouble, I just put the album title. I find each of these songs, I'm sorry, but somewhat forgettable. But that's probably because Sword in Mouth, Fire Eyes is on this album, and it is by far the best song. I fucking love that fucking song. Dead Poetic, Paralytic, beautiful track. It's funny, this track came out in 2006, but you hear a precursor of how Chino's vocals would eventually be produced about like a decade later or so. The compression, you know, it's static saturated. It's a bit much here in this track. It's not as bad in future tracks, but the track in and of itself is beautiful. Tech 9, If I Could. I like this track for the most part. I like Stefan's contribution to this track. Tech raps from the heart, even if it does feel labored. The hook is just solid, absolutely solid. It was produced perfectly. It just plays in my head at random at times. Chino really stole the show here. Tin Fed, Danger Girl. It's come to my attention that this song isn't as popular as I thought. It was in tier 2 initially. But I had to move it down because I'm realizing that, oh, people don't really know this song that much. Rick from Tin Fed would eventually join forces with Chino in Team Sleep. So there's a link there. And it's a decent tune. It's alright. Health and Tyler Bates, Anti-Life. This is another entry from DC Dark Knight's catalog, but this one came out very recently, like June 2021 recently. But it'll only be a matter of time before it gets to where Brief Exchange is now. It's a very solid track. Whitechapel, Reprogrammed to Hate. Is it me, or is Whitechapel just one of those bands that's sort of hit and miss? You know, they have some songs that are so fucking good. They have that one of those, what I think is like the newest album, or the second to newest album. It's like really fucking good. This song is not that good. If it's playing, I'll listen to it, but I'm not ever gonna go out of my way to go listen to this. El Nino, Zombie Eaters. This is kind of embarrassing, but I listened to this song for 2 years and kept thinking, man, that guy sounds a lot like Chino. I wonder if it's Chino. And then I felt smart and stupid all at the same time when I realized it was Chino. I would have had it in tier 2 personally, just for that reason, but it just doesn't seem to be a well-known song. If I'm not mistaken, I had shared it on my Tumblr and like no one knew what it was. If it wasn't this song, it was like Reservations for Two, which is my favorite song on this EP. But this Undercover Session EP from El Nino is not very well known. It's a shame because it's really good. I couldn't stop playing it when I got it. Methods of Mayhem, Only One. I was under the impression that Tommy Lee's new band had only released one album in 1999. That was the one with Get Naked on it. But no, he returned in 2010 and had Chino on a track, and it's not a bad track. It's okay, yeah. Strife, Will to Die. Another song I thought was more popular than it was. It's okay. Tommy Lee, Ashamed. Aside from his band, he had/has his solo thing, and in 2002 he released an album with this song on it. It isn't very good. It's a pretty generic song.
Do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created?
Handsome Boy Modeling School, The Hours. I found out about this album after hearing a song called I've Been Thinking by Cat Power in 2006-7, somewhere around there. I really disliked the song. I thought it was extremely creative. But over a decade later, I would revisit this album, not remembering the link that I had to it prior, but I found it because Chino Moreno did a feature on it. It's probably only good if you listen to this on acid or shrooms or DMT. Weed is definitely not strong enough to get you to appreciate this song. To me, I just find it to be annoying. But I know that was the intention, but I don't know. And it's weird because some of the songs in this album actually do slap. So in a way, I'm kind of glad I came back to the album because I ended up finding like the really good songs. Hesher, Things. The only way anyone would know Chino was on this song is if they had read the track acknowledgements. Chino is wailing in the background as he did in the late 90s, early 2000s. That kind of thing, you know. He did it on Bumble D as well, if you know that track. It's a gimmicky kind of song. I don't know if that was the intention or if Hesher is just a gimmicky personality type. I'm not sure, but that's just my interpretation of the song. Wagdog Futuristic Union, Wall. So I don't really listen to digital hardcore. I think people who listen to digital hardcore would like this. So if you like that, you should listen to this. Skinny Puppy, Spasmolytic Deftone Remix. So this is also known as the Habitual Mix. It's found on the Software soundtrack and it's named the Deftone Remix on that. So I just called it the Deftone Remix here. I can't do any better than the guy who said it sounds like a goth strip club, so I won't even try. That's exactly what the fuck this is. It's sexy, yeah. Bad Brains, Rock for Light. Okay, so here's the story behind this track. There was a kid named Brandon Borek who was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma when he was just 18. He was a surfer and, you know, Apparently, a lot of people really liked him and stuff. And due to his passing, his family created a fund in his honor. The foundation reached out to Bad Brains and Chino to record music for a compilation album called Family. So they agreed, and they did a cover of Rock for Light, which is pretty great. Like, Chino really fits in, man. It's seamless. I really like that song. Yeah Yeahs and Jack Johnson are also on this double album. If you can find this album, you are the real MVP, because it is not common. Far, Feed the World. If the name of the song reminds you of something, yes, that's exactly what it is. But for those of you who don't know, there was a famine in Ethiopia, and in order to raise funds to feed the nation, a bunch of UK pop singers got together, called themselves Band Aid, and recorded what was the highest selling single in UK history, which would later be beaten by Elton John's Candle in the Wind. People seem to like to do a cover of this song every 10 years, but in 2003, Far and Chino did a cover of this song. The people who were doing the copywriting and the copy editing messed up the title of the song, because it's like they got it flipped. Like, it should say, Do They Know It's Christmas? That's actually the name of the song. Feed the World is the hook, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, they kind of messed up there, but they messed up some other tracks on that track listing as well. It was put out by Immortal Records, and a percentage of the proceeds had gone to the Elizabeth Glaser Pediatric AIDS Foundation. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but it's kind of sad that the two charity songs are this low on the Iceberg. Yeah. Como asesinar a Felipes, disparan. You know, I thought this was a new group, but nope. They've been around since 2007. Their name translates to How to Murder Felipe, which is a really dope name, but that makes the name of the song all the more ironic and hilarious, because disparan means they shoot. So, How to Murder Felipe, they shoot. For the song, the rapping throws me off because it's just not on the beat. It's not even syncopated. To be honest, it's actually more like aggressive talking. It's ranting. That's what I think. But everything else about this track, it's pretty cool. Pretty good. Zach Hill, Keep Calm and Carry On. You probably know him from Death Grips. You probably know him from Team Sleep. But Zach has some solo stuff under his belt, and Chino lent him some vocals, which you would have never known if someone didn't tell you. Honestly, if you picked it up without anyone telling you, bravo, your ear is tuned for Chino. Droid, Vengeance is Mine. Knew absolutely nothing about this motherfucking track, but it motherfucking slaps. Holy shit. So this band was on Monkey from Korn's record label, and Chino doesn't have to prop this song up as he has for many songs on this Iceberg. The song doesn't really need him, but he adds this other dimension to the screaming that makes the song so much more comprehensive and just overall better. I don't know what the fuck happened to these guys. I mean, I don't know if the rest of the songs on the album were as good as this song, but this was a really fucking good song. It's a shame that not enough people know it. That's it. So that's the end of the Iceberg, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I might do more. If you want more, you know what to do. So like the video, comment, tell me where you would have put certain songs, because I'm pretty damn sure that some of these songs you're like, nah, I don't think that's tier 2. Nah, I don't think that's tier 3. No, that's definitely fuck. I don't even know what the fuck that is. That should be in tier 4. You should make a tier 5. Because Droid? What the fuck is that? Is it like a fucking Google tribute band? What the fuck is Droid? But yeah. Yeah. Thanks for watching.